How to fill out Good Agricultural Practices records. We will click on Gap Logs and we will start with Farm Logs. We have different sections here. Now we will fill out Section K, Ground History and Adjacent Land. Here we have two records to fill out. We will select now Site Selection and Adjacent Land Use. I already filled out these, so I will click on View Save and open. Here you need to add the grower name, the ranch names or the farm name, the day that you're expecting the land, day and time, and remember that you can update this just clicking on it, and the lot. So I'm doing this site selection from field 1 to 6, and what is the inspector name? Then click on Next, and we will start answering all our site selection record. First question, land use. Have any risks been identified based on historical land use? Well, I check no, but if you have any issues with the historical land use, you will click on yes, and you will explain what is the issue. Toxic waste, of course you don't want to have that, so no. Exposure to animals. You have an open land, so you can have exposure to animals. So the most important thing here is to provide mitigations and corrective actions. So for example, I click on yes, and I say that we have birds in the harvest season. And we mitigate using cannons. So the important thing here is to explain what is your corrective action of mitigation if you have any presence of animals or your field is exposed to animals. Of course, that can happen. Other crop growth specify, in this case, no, but if you are growing next to that field or nearby another crop, you can specify and add yes and explain what is the crop that you are cultivating, you are planting there as well. Have chemicals not compatible with berry production being used historical? I click on no. If historical you have any chemicals not compatible with berries, you will add yes, and you will explain which are those chemicals. Water. Do you use any water source in this range? Yes, of course. Here you can select which is the type of water that you use. If it's just well, or you have surface water, like a lake. I click on well, yes, and surface water as well. You can explain other type of water sources as well, like reclaimed water, every type of water that you're using in your operation. Are all sources of water for this range clearly identified on the range map? Yes, because that's a must. You need to identify all the water sources that you're applying in your farm. It can be during production, so that means irrigation water or freeze protection, or it can be the water that you use for sanitation as well. Was a sanitary survey completed for each water sources? Yes, we have a checklist here in the software that you need to complete for every water source. Or if you already have that, please let me know so we can use what you already have. Environmental factors. Is there evidence of animal activity of significant risk in around the growing area? So any presence in that moment, doing my site selection, right, checking the field, I notice that I don't have any animal evidence activity at the farm. Is the history of flooding? no. But if you have history of flooding, you will click yes and you will explain. Is there potential for water pooling in the field? I answer no. And can runoff accumulate in this field? I answer no. If your case is yes, you will explain what you do to mitigate that. You can, for example, a mitigation is to build a ditch, so you will have a good runoff, for example. Are any of the following agents and land use issues present? No. Are any concentrate animal feeding operation? No. Storage non-synthetic amendments? No. If you have these cases, please add yes and explain which is your mitigation that you are doing at the moment. I will review the mitigation that you are adding and I will let you know if that is correct or not. Grazing lands of domestic animals? Yes, but what is your mitigation that the farm, the field is fenced, so there is not animal intrusion even if there is grazing lands in the adjacent land. Septic leak fields? No. Wellhead and surface water protection? Yes. Natural vegetation repair? It can be yes or no. Have all been addressed? Yes. And the food safety inspector, in that case that's going to be the food safety manager, and then you will click on finish and upload. And back. You saw that I already saved that. How can you do that? That means when you are filling out a record, you can save that record if, before finishing it. That can happen because maybe you're doing an inspection, but just something come up in that moment and you have to stop, but you would like to continue finishing the record, right? So you click on the record, and this is the same procedure for all different records or SOPs as well. So you start filling out the record, and then you start answering the questions, but you want to save the document, so you can just go back and click on save and exit, so the document will be saved. Or you can click because you just notice that you want to start again filling out the record, or you just want to delete that record, so you will just click on exit without saving. In that case, your record will not be saved, and it's like you never fill out nothing for that record. But a moment ago, what I did, I just click on save and exit, and my document is already saved, what I start filling out, and then I want to go back to the document. It will appear this message that says view save or create new. So I will click on view save and click on the document, open the document, and I will continue filling out information. As you can see, here's that selection that I already did a moment ago. Now I will just delete this because I already completed my record. So this is all for our record about site selection. Thank you.